Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So, my name is Prabhat Tiwari. Uh, in today's topic, we are going to present about what is Agile and how to implement it and how about its methodology. Along with that, we are going to see what is Jira and how we can integrate a project file and how we can schedule it our project using Jira. So let's get started. What is Agile? Okay, so before getting into Agile, we have to know about what is software development life cycle. Uh, because when you get to know about software development life cycle, so with the help of that, you can get a clear view about what is Agile and why it was created. Okay, so it is also known as SDLC. Okay, software development lifecycle. In software development lifecycle, you also know major steps are involved, in which we include planning of the project, requirement analysis, design, implementing, testing, deployment, and maintenance. Okay, in the past, in 90s, before the invention of the agile, there was models also known as waterfall model, V model, and spring model. So this was to develop a project. The main drawbacks of these models were it was a continuous integration of the project. There is no, in a development team, when a development team is working on some features, so they are tester team also has to wait for that. So uh, and in the middle of the project development, so if the client want to integrate some new features, there was no possible way to include we have to wait for the end of the projects, so that we can implement more features. So uh, this was a drawback of the before models. So it was introduced agile. Okay, so in agile what we did, it was first we implement what are the advantages of the agile. Okay, advantages of agile. So first advantages was continuous development. Continuous development. Okay, so in continuous development we can there is no one has to wait for it. Like, we can integrate anything along with the new features, so we don't have to wait for each and another. Okay, so in and second one is easy modification. We can even modify based on the wait easy modification. Okay, so in easy modification we can implement new features, like with while implementing the develop project files. So in also third one is cross function. In cross function, majority of the development team, quality assurance team, and the owner, so everyone can integrate in the project to develop it. No one has to wait for the its end to execute another task. And continuous improvement is also, like, last one is continuous improvement. Continuous improvement. So in this, with the help of the agile, we can take this all four advantages and we can implement our project. So let's get into it. What is agile? So agile is a methodology. With the help of that, we can develop our project. So what are its advantages? Continuous development, easy modification, cross function, and continuous improvement. Okay, So, how Agile implements its functionality to develop a project with there is called as a sprint, which includes no. First, we will integrate what are the frameworks. Okay, so I'm sorry for we got further into it. First of all, we should know about what is its uh, framework. Okay, so one of its framework is Scrum. In this, with the help of this framework, we can integrate. Okay, this includes each and every sprint is uh, each and every sprint is divided into major parts. So one sprint can be divided into uh, 1 to 4 weeks. Okay, so which that sprint is depends on the project owner, which is going to give you that sprint details, when to start and the end of the sprint. Okay, each sprint can be of 1 to 4 weeks. Hmm. Uh, and with the help of that, we can integrate it. So, framework is over. Now we will get into the roles of its framework in Scrum. Okay. So there is a product owner, which is also known as PO. Product owner, also known as PO, and there is which we can come Scrum Master. Scrum Master basically means you can consider it like it's an team leader, sort of team leader, where he will uh, like give you all the decisions that tech team have to implement it. Okay, so Scrum Master and artifacts and events. Okay, artifacts and events are the major parts of that, in which like product backlog, product sprint increment, and in event sprint planning, how it is planned, daily Scrum meetings, sprint review, sprint retrospective, this all comes. Okay, like we are not going to we will go into that in further. First of all, we should get an uh, get an roles in which we are going to see. After Scrum Master, there is development team. Development team. So with the help of that, it is over. Okay, so we will get to know about what is the life cycle and how these roles work. First of all, we should go what are the okay. So let's talk about in a company, when there is a client. Okay, a client can be XYZ. He wants to develop a project. Okay, uh, so he will contact to your product owner. He will explain it. So all the requirements of the client will be shown to product owner. Product owner will then reflect it into the Jira. With the help of that Jira, he will then implement it. We can say that product owner will reflect in Jira. Okay, so he will uh, contact with the Scrum Master. Scrum Master will contact with the development team. So based on this hierarchy, we can conclude that uh, uh, all of these are linked together, and you development team, and you can also integrate here testing team. Okay, testing team, testing team. Hmm. So product owner. So let's talk about we can uh, uh, we can say like agile life cycle. We can say okay, agile life cycle, agile agile life cycle we are going to see now. Okay, in agile life cycle, first of all client will come. Okay, client. Client, or maybe we can call it as requirements. So what the client will do, he will explain your, like we can say, uh, explain your project requirements. Okay, the requirements or what the project is about. He is going to explain it to the product owner. So we can conclude here, explains explains project to product owner. Like we can here, okay, PO. Okay, so he explains it to product owner, and in second product owner is there, PO, he will get the requirements from client and display it as user story. Okay, so now you can see like what is user story. User story is something like, for example, I want to develop an let's consider a login page. Okay, I want to develop a login page. So client will say like, I want to develop a login page which will conclude like this what button should be there, what message should be displayed, what uh, message blocks is there in the display. So this all are going to include in the user story, like what are the requirements that has to be performed to develop it. Okay, so in what uh, product owner will do, he will understand. First of all the requirements has to be understand, like uh, when we understand the requirements, then only we can develop it. Like without understanding we can't develop it. Without proper information, like there is no value of developing a software. Okay, so first of all we have to explain sorry first of all we have to get a proper idea about what the project is. So product owner has to understand the requirements that has provided by client. Okay, so like first of all client will there, and after client he will explain it to product owner. Product owner will next step will be third step include like he will write the user story. Doing a task is the listed in the you can also, like we can conclude that he will put in the Jira of the technical team, and like and tester team will have to go, and he will send it to the teams. So after that what we will do, product owner will explain all the requirements and what all the features like we have to develop to the technical team, and based on that requirements, like technical team also has to develop the testing requirements. Okay, so after the product owner has understand the requirements, he will then reflect it in Jira, and he will have a grooming meeting, which is also known as the requirement meeting. Okay, so in that meeting, what product owner will do, he will tell all the requirements that is going to be uh, develop, or we have to like develop only. based on the client requirements. Okay, so product owner will reflect it in Jira, and there there will be an grooming meeting, ng meeting. You can also call it as that requirement meeting. Okay, in grooming meeting, what product owner will do? Product owner will will product owner will product owner will explain it to tech team. Tech team like developers. Okay, so like he can also like choose meeting with Microsoft Teams or Google Meets, like whatever he wants to be taken meeting. Like we can also schedule in physical. So after getting that, acceptance criteria will be followed by everyone. Okay, what is acceptance criteria? So let me first write it, and then we will conclude, like we will understand what is acceptance criteria. CRIT, acceptance criteria. What is the spelling of criteria? Criteria. Okay. Acceptance criteria. So like in this tech team will have to like say like developing this part will going to take this much of time, and for testing it we will require this much of time, and if there is a new technology, to understand new technology, this much time is going to be provided. Like this all is going to be included in acceptance criteria, which will be in the bullet points. Okay, like uh, in you can also like say like uh, forgot password and login page, in that we have not given the link to it. So in this we will integrate like what is the acceptance criteria for that. Okay, uh, that so one tip is that like uh, when we want to develop something, uh, if there is total of 70 to 80% of clarity is there, what you have to develop. Okay, then and only then go to develop that product. Don't uh, don't uh, like don't work in half knowledge, it will always be in danger. Okay, so I will suggest you like getting a proper knowledge of that requirements. So if you don't have, like contact to your team leader or your scrum master, what is the total requirement of that, then and only you go and develop it. Okay, so after you have like accepted the acceptance criteria is over, so you will be about to implement it. Okay, so fifth will include implement implementation. Okay, so in this implementation you will be always giving to how it is going to implement, what all the features we have to implement. So give the estimate time for it, and timing will always like we you have to give it in like in story points, like in the form of the like series is there in numbers, which is also Fibonacci series, like 1 2 3 5 8 13, like to develop a feature, how many of the days you are going to require to develop it. So based on that, you are going to reflected in your Jira panel how many days you want it to develop that. Okay, so time will be there based on that, like how many time you are going to take it to develop that. And along with that, you have to see how tester are doing, tester how many days tester want to develop it, like. So you have to see everyone, uh, just because of that you can develop a good team. Okay, so there will be like implementation. What after implementation we can say that there is internal grooming meeting. So in like this meeting was different. Okay, like this okay, no, this is not grooming meeting, we can say requirement meeting. Requirement meeting. So in here we are going to test about internal grooming meeting. Internal grooming meeting. In this internal grooming you will, like, there is a like small level of meeting which includes your team leader or your team members, what, like, assign the task to what, like what task should be assigned to which person, what are the days to be calculated based on that. So in this internal meeting, like, task dividation takes place. In that you can see, like, what are the requirements based on that. Okay, so in internal meeting you are going to see that. So after an internal meeting you have assigned tasks to your team members, or team leader will assign it. Okay, so after the task is assigned, mm, so for all the requirements, like, this I had already mentioned, like, for when you have 100% of clarity, then only go to like, go and develop it. Okay, so for example, in your scrum master has given, like, scrum master, product owner has given you the time of the for 2 weeks of 2 weeks to develop one feature. Okay, 2 weeks develop first feature. Hmm. So this will include in sprint one. Okay, sprint one. So to total duration, it would be take 2 weeks to develop first feature. This is also known as sprint one. There could be more sprint, like sprint one, sprint two, sprint three. Like, in one sprint, no one can, like, develop a whole project. So, like, that whole project is divided into small pieces, which is also known as sprints. Okay, this sprint will be already been defined in the Jira tool, which will be like uh, used by the product owner. Okay, so for example, your sprint starts, what's today's date is 26. Okay, so after 2 weeks you are so after 2 weeks, what will be to 2 weeks after it? 26, like 9. Okay, so at 9 this sprint work will be over. So after 9, first sprint will be over. Okay, so based on that you have to take it, like, in last step what will be include, like, developing it. Like, it will be task will be assigned to it, developing features F-E-E. Okay, features. Developing features. After developing it, testers are going to test it tester are going to test, and after that it is going to deploy or release, you can say release release in production, you can also say production. Okay, so this is the overall total of the life cycle, how it is going to work, and like how the task is assigned, how is sprint meeting, and what is the product owner, product team leader. Okay, so yes, uh, uh, huh this is the life cycle, and now we are going to see how to work in Jira. Okay, so okay, so you will be confused like what is this? No, I had already created an account, so you can see here. Uh, you can log in and use your Google or another uh, that you want to create. So mm, we will see like this is the dashboard of it. Okay, so when we like product owner want to create an requirements or like what the project is and who want to develop it, he will assign it here from here, and he will give the link to all the members. Like he will assign, like you will get a notification of how it is assigned. Okay, so for example I had deleted it, so like here is the project. Okay, so there is no project in here, so I deleted it. Now we will create a project. Okay, so you can create project, new project we are going to create, and like for that there are lots of information here, like what kind of domain you want to choose it. For example we are going to choose software development. Okay, see here is Scrum is also there. Like I had already mentioned, there are lots of frameworks of Agile. Okay, so this is also an Kanban is an Agile framework, and here is Scrum. So we are going to choose a Scrum development. Okay, so next use template, and there are two options. Before this there was not available here, so like team management and the company management. So you can say here simply this is not a complex one. Okay, so this one is more complex because it includes lots of main features that we can integrate here. So according to your what you want to develop and what are your requirements, based on that you can choose. Okay, so I'm going to select this name of the project, like let's say my project. Okay, my project. So this is all my, like this one is, you can change it here. This is auto integrated, like you don't have to integrate it. Like if you want to change, you can change it. Okay, so next, my net is slow, that's why it is taking that much of time. Huh. We are okay. So you will wonder like what all are things here. So let me simplify it. So this is the its dashboard. From this we are going to create our, so like we had already created our project. Like we are seeing like how a product owner, okay, integrates a project and assigns it to the client, assigns it to the team members. Okay, so you can see here like back these are the all the features. Like we want to create an sprint. Okay, already here is there sprint one. Okay, so summary, like we want to develop a sprint name, login we can say. Okay, login. Hmm, automatic, you can create another issue, there is no need of that, so create it. Okay, there is one issue is created. In that issue you can see like here is login. Okay, so you can also create it what needs to be done here. Okay, so in that this is total in you are going to see your dashboard also. So in dashboard, when it is assigned to it, you will see here from to do. So what all the assigned work is there to you, it is will be reflected here. So to do is there, in progress is there, done is there. Okay, so with the help of this you are going to see. Okay, so uh, so according to me, so that will be more than enough. So there is no complex in this, you can see like there is nothing in there. Okay, so I hope this video you liked it. So see you later, bye bye.